Welcome to Talk and Fight. I've got Mike Gore with me right now. He's
What's
going
up,
to
Tony?
tell
How's
us
it
about, hey Mike, he's going to tell us about five of his favorite up and comers that he's noticed in the world of female fighting right now. What do you got for us, Mike?
Well, I've got a few women from tonight or for tonight. Let's just get right into it, I guess.
Sure.
Some women to watch, man. I believe her name is Jessica Yolanda Bopp. She's 36-1, 16 KOs from Argentina. She's been overlooked before, but she's mighty impressive. She's held the WBA light fly crown since 2009. So, she's one of those bad ladies of boxing. She's very stylish. She's got a great smile, but she's strong and precise. So she's definitely a one to watch out for. The next one that I want to talk about is Amanda Serrano, another bad woman of boxing, man. 41-1 with 28 KOs, and she's from Puerto Rico. She's very impressive as well. Strong puncher, real fast. She's also known as the Real Deal, one of her nicknames, which is quite funny.
Do that. Back in the day, Evander Holyfield was the real deal.
So she's really good. One of the fights to watch probably is Serrano's marquee performance was her 10-round battle with Heather Hardy at Madison Square Garden in September last year. That's the fight you want to watch. She was very, very impressive. Let's get into the next one. My favorite girl, the darling Emerald, the Emerald Isle, Katie Taylor, the girl, the machine, let's call her. We all know that she's a bad woman, man. 15-0, 6 knockouts. She's been very busy this year. She's been, so busy that she got named pound for pound, best fighter in female boxing. Like I said before, she's a machine. She's like the Terminator coming across the ring at you. It's one of those girls that let's just hope she doesn't have you don't have an argument or a disagreement with her, because she'll definitely solve it with her fists. She's a unified 135-pound champion. There's not much more to say about that woman, man. And then another one of my favorites and another girl to watch is, a lot of talk about her is Claressa Shields. And we all know that Claressa Shields is undefeated. She's the unified champion. She's now talking about making that jump to MMA. She's just one of those girls that's, another bad woman of boxing, man. Like these girls are something to watch. They're very, very impressive. They work hard. Their work ethic's great. The way they fight is technical. They're very strong. They each have their own different techniques. They're just all around great women to watch. And another one that a lot of people probably don't know about or haven't heard about is Salika Barakis. She's 36-0 from Norway with 9 knockouts. She is reigned supreme in the welterweight since September of 2014, I believe it is. She's an expert of letting loose with, quick 5-hit combinations. She's one of the greatest female fighters of all time. And, it's just, she's one of those women, man. You don't want to step in the ring with her if you don't know what you're doing. And that's my 5 favorites right now to watch. Those women, they're very exciting fights. And with that being said, I believe it's Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, has just been announced Tuesday that she's going to be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, along with Floyd Mayweather and Klitschko, which and along with 10 others. But it's nice to see that the Boxing Hall of Fame has decided to really step it up and bring Ali in. Well, a second Ali in, I guess. True. That, like, this women, man, these women boxers, they work harder. They work harder than the men do, because they have much more to prove in the boxing world today still. And these women are, they're fighting not just for themselves, but they're fighting for the entire sport of women boxing. And you can tell every time these women step into the ring, their heart is on the line, and they'll push and push and push, and it just makes for exciting battles, man. It's a true war to watch some of these women go at it.
Are some of the prominent managers stepping up and starting to represent these gals as well, or?
Yes, a little bit. I don't think they're stepping up as much as they should be, because these women, they're just not making the money that they should, man. These women can draw in spectators, and they need to be able to have that platform to draw them in. And I'm telling you, once they start realizing that these women can fill seats the same way the men can, then it'll do a lot more for boxing for women. But these are the women to watch, man. These women right now are the 5 baddest women in female boxing today. You know, these girls are no joke. You can put them up against all the greats. They're greats in their own way, and they're going to be the greats, you know, from time to come, because, you know, they're paving the way for the younger generation. It's just it's sad that they don't get the representation that they should.
I know when we were talking to Jessica, I mean, it's obvious that COVID's impacted a lot of these gals who've been training this past year, and some other countries may be a little more lax in their regulations, or not have been hit as hard as Canada or the States with respect to COVID, and delaying therefore some of these fights that are going on in other parts of the world. But I'm just curious about how the professional side of it is handling this, like the managers, the promoters, whether they have access to the same level of trainers. Yes, I know they're training in professional gyms and doing their best. But I'm just kind of curious on a professional level whether they have that same access to top tier talent as some of these fellas do.
I believe they don't have the same access. I know that somebody's got to step up and give these women the access, man, because they deserve it. You know, you got people like Floyd Mayweather, you know, 50-0, retired. You know, some of these women that I just named off have had just as many fights and are just as decorated, right? You know, 36-0 and 41-1. Like they're holding the same records as boxing's greats, but they're not being considered boxing's great, which is upsetting. And I believe that, you know, a lot needs to change in this boxing world today, man. We got to start recognizing what these women can do.
Like, I wonder how hard it is from those gals over in Norway. You've mentioned one, but I wonder how hard it is for them to fight people not only in Europe, but in other parts of the world, not to mention anyone from Puerto Rico or Mexico, to travel. They can't travel. Well, maybe they can travel to America right now. I'm not really sure. But it must be really tough for someone who's been trained, excels at the sport, but is located in Norway.
Right.
Like, I wonder.
That's got to be pretty difficult, I believe, too. Right. Like, with boxing being, predominantly a male sport, and women just really starting to get noticed now. Yeah, somebody from Norway to be 36-0 with 9 knockouts, and still, like, not a lot of people to really hear about her. That's got to be that's tragedy, really. Like, she's a bad woman, man, and I guess maybe she just doesn't get the access because of the fact that she is a female, and it's a sad thing to see. These women are, all the women that I mentioned tonight, they're warriors at heart, man. They, if we were back in the Roman times, these girls would be riding the chariots, shooting their bows and arrows, and hitting people with spears just like the men would. That's who these women are, man. They're true gladiators in their own.
I concur. We on Talk and Fight will continue to promote the women
definitely
as they come up through the ranks, the ones that we've noticed, the ones that we're told about, and spread the word, quite frankly. I mean, it's that easy, which kind of reminds me, if you're out there listening and liking what we're saying, please share, subscribe.
Definitely. Talk and Fight fans, come on, help us promote these women, help us get these women the platform they need.
Absolutely.
I would love for us here at Talking Fight to become that platform for these women to speak. We gotta support them as much as we support the dudes.
Certainly. I mean, if you're taking, I don't know, going a little sidebar here, but the number of views on our 2 shows we did with Sandy Lil Tyson and Jessica last week, the numbers speak for themselves. There are people out there interested not only in the men but also in the women. Right. Even when guys like us, we're not anybody in this whole world of boxing.
Right, we're not anybody really. We're just fans, man. That's all.
And we're talking about them, and people are listening because they want to hear who these up and comers are. I'm glad you did that segment tonight. That's a great way to show the world. That's the beauty of the internet, because we have access to the world. It's a great way to show the world that there are fighters in every corner of the world right now, both male and female. And you've just highlighted the best of the best in the women's class, notwithstanding the 2 Canadian fighters who are also up and coming.
Definitely,
I mean,
definitely.
we could do an entire show if you went through every single country in the world. I guarantee there'd be boxers from every single country.
Exactly.
Guaranteed.
Exactly. It's just this, with this, with my five, these are just the women that are just ruling boxing today. That's what it is. These are the women to watch. These are the women that are going to be the ones to watch for the next, little while. Maybe next time I do a segment on the up and comers and the girls that are, just entering this sport with a few shots under the belt who we got to watch
Right.
next. Which
Yeah.
and we got to definitely try to get some of these women on this show, man. And I believe once they realize that we're here to support them and get them out there, I think they'll definitely want to come and talk to us.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much, Mike. I appreciate that. That's a great episode. And for you fans out there who've been watching us tonight, as I said earlier, shoot some comments our way too, because we're happy to respond to those.
Yeah, knock out
And
those comments, man. Knock out those comments. Jab that
and
like button and hook subscribe, baby.
there we go. That says
Talk
it
and
all.
fight. Talk and
There we
fight with
go.
Mikey Graham.
Keep it coming.
Oh, definitely. Knuckle up, baby.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure.